Hello lore seekers. Today I want to discuss some of the big changes in Paizo over the last month. Back on April 15th, Paizo announced a partnership with Foundry Vtt. For those not in the know, Foundry Vtt is an amazing virtual tabletop platform. I personally use Foundry Vtt and I have used it for about 2 years now and I absolutely love it. I haven't used the online part of it as much, but I have used it to project my battle maps onto TVs and to keep track of player tokens and character sheets. If you've ever played on Roll20, you probably have a good idea of what Foundry is. For those who haven't, Foundry Vtt is an all-in-one virtual tabletop program. Foundry supports battle maps, both static and animated, as well as easy setup for dynamic lighting, allowing your players to have some truly immersive imagery. Recently, they had a large lighting overhaul that makes even basic maps look really well done. The program also supports character sheets, dice rolling, and movable tokens. Fog of War, audio playlist, and video chatting are also some of the basic features that Foundry provides. On top of the basics, there are hundreds of modules that you can add to your account to modify your personal experience with the program. Only one account is needed, with one person performing as the host and the other players connecting them via LAN or over the internet. This partnership is especially exciting, as it's also a partnership with Sigil Entertainment Group and Syrinscape. Sigil is a New York-based art studio with over 100 members, and from browsing through some of their artwork, I'm excited to see the battle maps and the NPC portraits that this partnership will lead to. Syrinscape is a sound app that provides epic ambience and battle music at the click of a button. They also use assets from Forgotten Adventures, which look really impressive from the packs on their front page. Altogether, this is going to be really impressive. The artwork combined with the sounds of Syrinscape is going to make some truly immersive scenes that you can create. So what does this partnership mean for Foundry? I'll read the bulletin list as it's given in the press release, and then we'll break it down with a little bit more detail. All adventure and toolbox content will be converted to journal entries, which can be accessed and interlinked for easy navigation. Each journal is customized to also include specific instructions for running the adventure using the automated features provided by Foundry. It provides scores of unique, high-resolution character and monster tokens, exclusive and highly detailed maps with support for Foundry's overhead tiles and foreground layer features, recreated using assets from Forgotten Adventures website. Scenes will be pre-configured with walls, lights, sounds, tokens, and hazards already placed to provide the most convenient experience while running the adventure. Music, ambience, and sound effects provided by Syrinscape are already integrated into your map, and scripted macros will allow a GM to ease the effort needed to handle the more complex encounters that can await the players. If you're unfamiliar with Foundry, that probably sounds like a lot of information to shift through, so let me expand on that. The journal entries are very useful, and if done correctly, they can eliminate the need to have a physical book or even a PDF open outside the program. Judging by the looks of the beginner's box for Foundry, the journals are not only well hyperlinked, but they look really well done. They're themed after the physical beginner box, and they look really good. The battle maps themselves are well created with dynamic lighting and walls set up for line of sight. It leads to really immersive scenes where there could be a monster lurking just out of reach in the dark. The monster tokens are not only high resolution, but you can click into the monster tokens to see the creature's stats, as well as their personal sightlines. The battle maps include the various hazards in the form of traps, lights in the form of torches and glowing items, and sound effects such as crackling campfires or dripping waters within a cave. The script macros are a bit more unique and a little harder to elaborate on. Each adventure path will probably have scripts that are tailored to each adventure. For example, say you're having an adventure that includes werewolves. You can have a script that by simply clicking on a few human tokens, you can then click the macro button and it will swap out the tokens with the tokens of werewolves, which will seamlessly alter the stats of the creatures as well. So personally, I am very excited for this. I have purchased the beginner box and I will be doing a series of videos on it soon, but for now, I just wanted to break down what this meant and express that out of the announcements this month, this is the one I personally am most excited about. Then, on April 26, Paizo announced that they had also begun a partnership with Archon Studios, a company that makes miniatures and environments to be used on physical tabletops. Archon Studio makes high-quality plastic models for a variety of game types, and now they make models for Paizo, starting with the Abomination Vaults. These unpainted models will have half-height walls, making it easier to grip your miniatures, as well as actual functional doors. You can push the doors open and closed, or remove them from the doorways altogether. The sets are customizable, allowing you to create your own battle maps, with columns being included that allow you to block line of sight, small piles of rubble that can function as difficult terrain, or as blockades, while some walls have notches in them for torchlight. Looking at some of the shots of the set and some of the images of past sets, I'm truly looking forward to seeing what kind of stuff Archon will create in the future. As well as the new partnerships, Paizo has announced that they will also be releasing the Abomination Vaults for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Now, Pathfinder players can enjoy the Abomination Vaults as well as D&D players, and hopefully, plenty of them will be swayed by the lore and gameplay that they will check out the full Pathfinder system. And then, for the final bit of news for this month, as of April 27th, Paizo has released The Book of the Dead. This source book is from Ghost King Geb's point of view and covers a ton of new or expanded information. Starting with a ton of info on the effects of negative energy and how it works, the book then covers multiple archetypes as well as the new skeleton ancestry and general rules to playing the undead. It also offers a one-shot called March of the Dead for 3rd level players, Walking Dead style. And that wraps up our news for the month of April. I plan to do these monthly, or even more often if something especially important happens. I hope you're all as excited about Paizo's upcoming releases as I am. I'm very much looking forward to the Foundry releases, because the beginner box alone is very exciting. I was blown away when I purchased it the other night, let alone the actual adventure paths that will be coming out down the road.